Bipartisan vote, 310 to 58. They passed a resolution today. The resolution condemning the assassination of Charlie James Kirk in all forms of political violence and honors the life, leadership, and legacy of Charlie Kirk. A number of those Democrats, 58 of them, who voted against the bill are also ones now calling for the subpoena of FCC Chair Brendan Carr following the suspension of late-night host Jimmy Kimmel after his comments from Charlie Kirk. And the uproar of that is hardly dying down. We want to get out to our chief Washington correspondent, James Rosen, live in Washington now with more on this. James?
Bianca, good afternoon. President Trump's hand-picked chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, and the president himself have both warned this week that other broadcasters who air criticism of the chief executive could face revocation of their federal licenses. After offering some respectful remarks about the slain founder of Turning Point USA in Monday night's opening monologue, Kimmel then disparaged members of the MAGA movement for claiming the shooter was not one of their own. That brought swift condemnation from viewers, affiliates, and station groups, as well as the White House and Chairman Carr. Speaking on the House floor this morning, Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez warned that the threats from the president and the FCC chairman amount to official censorship.
It is equally important that Congress does unite to reject the government's attempt to weaponize this moment into an all-out assault on free speech across the country, all in the name of Charlie Kirk. President Trump and the FCC are now cynically threatening to shut down ABC and any outlets who give airtime to the administration's political critics.
Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat of Connecticut, yesterday offered a legislative solution, the No Political Enemies Act, aimed at protecting people and institutions persecuted by weaponization of the executive branch. Its provisions are mostly toothless, however, and the measure is likely dead on arrival in the Republican-controlled Senate. At the same time, Senator Murphy spoke directly to the executives at ABC.
You're going to regret this moment on your deathbed when America is no longer a democracy anymore, and you were willing participants in the effort to destroy political speech, either by shutting down voices like Jimmy Kimmel that had every right to be able to speak in dissent to the president, or patrolling the speech of your employees who have just as much of a right to express their political opinions as well.
The FCC chairman told conservative influencer Benny Johnson the Kimmel suspension won't be the last shoe to drop. That prompted Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California, who wore his support for Kimmel on his sleeve and his head, to issue this warning at a House hearing yesterday.
There's going to be a Democratic majority in just over a year. And to the FCC chairperson and anyone involved in these dirty deals, get a lawyer and save your records, because you're going to be in this room and you're going to be answering questions about the deals that you struck and who benefited and what the cost was to the American people because that happened.
It remains unclear at this hour whether ABC will seek to return Jimmy Kimmel to the airwaves at some point, or if the company is now seeking to part ways with the comedian altogether, Bianca.
Remains to be seen. James Rosen, great to have you. Thank you for that.